Hey guys, long time no see. Let's get right to it for your Monday video report. So far, 2 days of the postseason, and the Dogs have acquitted themselves quite well. Puppies going 3-1 against the odds makers on Saturday. Two of those Dogs winning outright, Milwaukee at Toronto, and the Utah Jazz against the Clippers. And then yesterday, we had a split among the Dogs and the favorites, with the Chicago Bulls pulling the outright upset at Boston. We have two more games tonight. The one I'm going to focus on here on the free pick video report is going to be the San Antonio-Memphis contest. Now, of course, the Spurs, the only chalk to get the job done, and they did so easily on Saturday, and I think the Spurs are going to get the job done once more tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies, a team they have absolutely owned here in the postseason, as San Antonio won the opener going away, 111-82 on Saturday. They are a heavy chalk tonight, an 11-point favorite, but why not? They have won 9 straight playoff games against Memphis. I know a lot of sentiment. You know, everybody says this is the Grizzlies' last stand. They've got to come up with a magnificent effort tonight. They've got to play better tonight. Really? Who says? I mean, listen, in game number 1, Gasol for Memphis had a monster game. He had 32 points. The rest of the Grizzlies starters had 25. Now, Conley did not have a good game. Only 13 points. He failed to score after the midway point of the second quarter. Failed to score for the rest of the game. But let's say Mike Conley has 22 points tonight. Let's give him another 9 or 10 points. Is Gasol going to again score 32 points? Who else is going to pick up the scoring slack for the Grizzlies tonight? Remember, the other problem that the Grizzlies have here is their best defensive player, the guy who probably would have been shadowing San Antonio's Leonard for most of this game, Tony Allen, suffered a calf injury in the season finale against Boston on Wednesday and is out indefinitely. Well, you saw what Leonard did. He matched a career high with 32 points in 32 minutes in game number 1 on Saturday. Game number 1 was like a vacation. It was almost like an exhibition game for the Spurs. Leonard only played 32 minutes, had 32 points. Aldridge had 20 points in 30 minutes. Parker had 18 points in 22 minutes. Nobody had to really put in big minutes for San Antonio because they coasted in the game. And here's the thing. They won that game 111-82. They were up by 36 points at one stage in the second half, but they didn't even take their first lead in that game until 8:53 remaining in the second quarter. And from that point forward, it was blowout city. Again, San Antonio has dominated Memphis. This is the Grizzlies' last hurrah. They've got to rebuild this team. You know, they're going to try to slow down the tempo of the game. For the Grizzlies to be successful, they've got to work the clock. They've got to get it in a half-court set. And that was a tempo the Spurs definitely wanted in past years when they had to play slow-down ball with Tim Duncan in the lineup. Duncan's no longer there. This is a team that can push the pace a little more. And, you know, since Gasol has gone to the bench since returning from his injury about 28 games ago for San Antonio, they have been a much better team with Patty Mills and Ginobili and Gasol headlining that second unit. It's a tough team to play, and they play at a faster tempo than they have played in a number of years. So I like San Antonio, and I like them laying the points to take a commanding 2-0 lead. Listen, I look at this game this way. If I'm betting this game tonight, I would much rather lay the points in San Antonio rather than take the points with Memphis and watch them lose by 20 points and kick myself in the ass. Just my own personal opinion. The other play I'm going to, excuse me, guys. The other play is I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves for the second straight day. Used them as a free pick yesterday. They won their third straight in their season opening, or actually home opening series against San Diego in their debut at their new stadium in suburban Atlanta. Won yesterday's game by a 9-2 score after taking the first two games in the series, 5-2 and 4-2. extended their winning streak to 4 in a row. Now, yesterday I was able to get them at a cheap price, minus $1.35 over San Diego. Today, that line has steadily climbed, so you have to play them on the run line, but I'm willing to do that as a plus 130 run line dog. Now, Garcia is going for Atlanta. He has not pitched well in his first 2 starts. The longtime St. Louis hurler who was acquired to give some veteran presence and stability to their rebuilt rotation. In his first 2 starts, he's worked 11 innings, given up 13 hits, 8 runs, 3 homers, and walked 4. Not exactly what they were looking for. But this is all about going with the Braves, who have hit the ball consistently. They have scored at least 4 runs in 8 straight games, and they've won 4 straight, taking the first 3 in the series, as I mentioned, and going against the Padres, and particularly their starter, Weaver. Weaver is the typical pitcher who was once a power pitcher, once a flamethrower, who has lost his stuff. This is a guy who tops out at about 85, 86 miles per hour. This is a guy who last year in his final season with the LA Angels, he had a 5.06 earned run average in 31 starts, but you look at his numbers a little deeper. In 178 innings pitched, he gave up 209 hits, 37 homers, walked 51 batters, only 103 strikeouts. Again, he is a guy who is more of a junk baller now. He's got to spot his pitches. Now, is he coming off a good start at Colorado? Yes, he is. But I think the more telling stat is this. In 2 starts this season, he's already served up 4 homers. Last year, 14 starts outside of Anaheim, had a 5.54 earned run average. Padres, 3-7 on the road. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games coming into this series finale. And in the 4 losses, they've scored 2 runs in each of those setbacks. So, again, you've got a hot team hitting the ball consistently. Taking them on the run line, I think, is a great proposition, especially at the take-back we're getting at plus $1.30. So the Braves on the run line and San Antonio, your 2 complimentary plays for Monday. I wish you well. Talk to you again tomorrow when we do this one more time. Good luck, everybody.